Okay. Let's start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudire नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं चैतन्यमीश्वरम् ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय मतले श्रीमते जयपताक स्वामिति नामिने नमः आचार्य पदाय निताय कृपपदायिने गौरकथाधामदाय नगर ग्रामतारिणे Hare Krishna devotees, thank you for joining Bhagavatam study. Welcome. So we'll continue reading, especially Lord Brahma's prayers here. So we'll continue reading sloka 39 today.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Correct.
Who is going to read?
Actually, it was allocated to Shruti Mataji or Lakshmi Mataji.
Yeah. Lakshmi Mataji, I think hasn't. Yeah, she's not there. I'll read Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Right.
Srimad Bhagavatam 2.6.39. स एष अद्याय पुरुषः कल्पकल्पे सृजति यजः आत्मतेमनि आत्मानात्मानं स सम्यच्यतिपति च. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. That supreme original personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, expanding his plenary portion as Mahavishnu, the first incarnation, creates this manifested cosmos, but he is unborn. The creation, however, takes place in him, and the material substance and manifestations are all himself. He maintains them for some time and absorbs them into himself again. Purport. The creation is not
Read
different
one
from.
paragraph, Mataji, then we'll stop because
Okay.
quite a long purport is it. We'll read
Okay,
one by one.
Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji. The creation is not different from the Lord, and still He is not in the creation. This is explained in the Bhagavad Gita as follows. मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगत् अव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि नाचा अहं तेष्व अवस्थितः. The impersonal conception of the absolute truth is also a form of the Lord called Avyakta Murti. Murti means form, but because his impersonal feature is inexplicable to our limited senses, he is the Avyakta Murti form, and in that inexplicable form of the Lord, the whole creation is resting, or in other words, the whole creation is the Lord Himself, and the creation is also non different from Him. But simultaneously, He, as the original personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is aloof from the created manifestation. The impersonalist gives stress to the impersonal form or feature of the Lord and does not believe in the original personality of the Lord. But the Vaishnavas accept the original form of the Lord, of whom the impersonal form is merely one of the features. The impersonal and should I continue, Prabhuji, or stop?
Yeah, one paragraph, and
Yeah.
till the paragraph ending. will be
Yeah,
fine.
the impersonal and personal conceptions of the Lord are existing simultaneously, and this fact is clearly described both in the Bhagavad Gita and in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and also in other Vedic scriptures. Inconceivable to human intelligence, the idea must simply be accepted on the authority of the scriptures, and it can only be practically realized by the progress of devotional service unto the Lord and never by mental speculation or inductive logic. The impersonalists depend more or less on inductive logic, and therefore they always remain in darkness about the original personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. Their conception of Krishna is not clear, although everything is clearly mentioned in all the Vedic scriptures. A poor fund of knowledge cannot comprehend the existence of an original personal form of the Lord when he is expanded in everything. This imperfectness is due more or less to the material conception that a substance distributed widely in parts can no longer exist in the original form. So here what is being told is the impersonalist cannot uh, believe that the creation is non-different from the original personality of Godhead. The Vaishnavas know that all the creation is from the original personality of Godhead, that is Sri Krishna. That is what I understood, Prabhuji. Kindly elaborate.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So Brahmaji is offering his prayer. In the previous prayers, we saw wonderful offering. Now he's saying that that supreme personality, original personality Godhead, and who is that? Lord Krishna. See, there are first certain points we should very, very clearly understand that. Who is the supreme personality Godhead? Krishna. So that is the first point. Because there is no confusion, there is no ambiguity. Because our so-called Hindu dharma, there are a lot of confusions. I mean, everybody worship everybody, but yeah, I mean, we are not kind of demeaning anyone, but at the same time, it's very clear who is the original supreme personality Godhead, Sri Krishna. That's why Prabhupada always say that, understand the question. So once you understand, the clarity is there, it becomes very, very convinced for us. So here, who is talking is the Brahmaji, the secondary creator. He is saying that original personality God is Krishna, expanding his plenary portion. So who is Mahavishnu then? His expansion. So there are different way of expansion, different avatars we talk about. There is a Leela Avatara, Guna Avatara, Manvantara Avatara, then Satyavesha Avatara. There are so many avatars mentioned, but the original personality is Krishna. And the first incarnation creates the manifested cosmos, but he is unborn. How the creation happens? Many times we discussed. The Mahavishnu, the plenary portion of the Lord Krishna, when he breathes out, unlimited number of Brahmandas comes from each pore of his hair. And then in that each Brahmanda, he goes as a Garbhodaka Vishnu and lies down. In the Garbhodaka Vishnu, in the navel, the Brahmaji comes. That means each Brahmanda, there is a different Brahma, not one Brahma. We are talking about one Brahma for our Brahmanda. There are unlimited number of Brahmandas there. So he says, but he is unborn, means that he is not born. He is not controlled by the material things. So then he says the creation, however, takes place in him, and material substances and manifestation are also himself. He creates, he maintains, and he also absorbs them, he dissolves them. So there's a Gunavatara, Vishnu for the maintenance, Brahma for creation, Lord Shiva for destructions. These are the Gunavataras. They have taken, Brahmaji taken mode of passion, Lord Shiva has taken mode of ignorance. Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, Sattva or the mode of goodness. So this is how Brahmaji is explaining. Srila Prabhupada in the purport mentions about Bhagavad Gita 9.4. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murthina mastani sarva bhutani na chaham tesh avastitaha. His translation is, by me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All being are in me, but I am not with them. Avyakta murtinaha. But everything comes from me. I am the source of everything, but I am not in that. So Krishna is not bound by any of these material things. He is not in one Brahmanda, but at the same time, he is there in every Brahmanda. When Krishna appeared in Dwaraka, he is there in Golok also. It's not that he left the place, nobody is there. No, Golok also there. He is here also. Similarly, there are different Brahmandas. He is making his Leelas in different Brahmandas simultaneously. There are some Brahmandas, maybe Satyuga is happening, some Brahmanda maybe Treta Yuga is happening, or different Leelas happening simultaneously. This is the potential of the Lord. So, but at the same time, he is not bound by any of these material things. That is the point. So Prabhupada says the impersonal conception of absolute truth is also from the so-called Avyakta Murti. So Krishna can be personal. He is personal, no doubt on that. He is Murti. Murti means is physically available. But at the same time, it can be impersonal also. You cannot kind of say that he cannot become impersonal, but he is a person. That's why Brahmaji also saying that he is person, he is a Tribhanga Murti. He is that God form. Like simple logic, many times Prabhupada also said, you have a body, your father had a body, your grandfather had body, great grandfather had body, then why not the original father doesn't have body? What logic is that? So he's not impersonal, he's a person. But at the same time, he takes a different forms. He takes the form of fish, Matsya avatar. He takes Varaha avatar. He takes Kurma avatar. He is Narsimha avatar, Parshurama avatar. Different forms he takes. He takes animal or half lion, half moon, so half man. So many avatars, and he can be appear from the dead body also. In case of Prithu Maharaj, Vena's body was churned and Prithu Maharaj appeared from there. So Lord has no limitation. He can come anywhere. So that's why Prabhupada says inexplicable form of the Lord is whole creation, resting on the other words, the whole creation is the Lord himself. But impersonalist gives a stress on the impersonal form feature of the Lord. But that's Vaishnavas accept the original form of the Lord. There is a nice pastime of Prakashananda Saraswati in Chaitanya Leela. Prakashananda Mayavadi Sannyasi. He seeing the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, young, 24 years, 25 years, young sannyasi dancing on the streets. He said, you are a sannyasi, you should hear, you should read Vedic knowledge. You come, I'll teach you the scriptures, Vedas. So 7 days continuously, Prakashan Saraswati was speaking. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the young sannyasi, sitting on the doorstep, simply listening. So, but there's no response, no answer, no questions. Like sometime here, devotees, no questions. So Prakash Saraswati said, is everything is okay? Are you understanding what I'm saying? You are not asking any questions. You're not giving any feedback. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, my Lord, he's talking to Prakash Saraswati. I understand the philosophy, whatever in mentioned Shastra, but I don't understand what you're saying. Your explanations I am not able to understand, but I understand the Shastra. You are like holding a lamp in front of sun god, lighting sun god, because sun is already illuminating, where our small lamp is not required. So your explanation so impersonalist Mayavada philosophy I am not able to understand. So similarly, so here also Brahmaji is saying that Krishna is a person. Krishna is not impersonal. So that's why Prabhupada says that a poor fund of knowledge cannot comprehend the existence of the original personal form of the Lord when he is expanded in everything. This imperfectness is due to more or less material conception that substance distributed widely in parts no longer exist in the original form. So this is the common sense. People say that if the Lord is such a big, you cannot make him a small form. There are, there are people who say that, no, we don't accept the form. Because Lord is such a big, you cannot, yes, definitely, Lord is such a big, but he takes a form also. He takes a form of Archa Vigraha form, so that devotees can reciprocate, devotees can worship, offer their offering. Otherwise, we cannot offer to Virat Rupa, Vishwarupa, which is unlimitedly big. What garland I can make for such a huge, gigantic form? But what offering, what bhoga I can offer? So then he comes the Archa Vigraha form. I can make a nice garland, I can make a nice dress, I can offer one or two laddus. Yes, he's happy with that. That's why he comes in Archa Vigraha form. So there is a nice pastime whether Lord is form or not. Once one of our sannyasi was coming from America to India. On the way, he had a stopover in Kuwait airport. So 3-4 hours stopover. So Maharaj was sitting on the corner of the airport and he opened his bag. There is a small photograph of Radha Krishna. And he kept on that bag and started chanting his Hare Krishna mantra. So he was sitting and chanting. At that time, the duty officer, the supervisor of that airport, he was passing by. He saw one sannyasi sitting and doing something. He came and asked, "Excuse me, sir, what are you doing?" Then Maharaj said, "I'm doing my prayer." Okay. Then there was a discussion. He asked, "Who is this? The photo is kept." He said, "My Lord, Srimati Radharani and Krishna." So that discussion happened. And that person at the airport manager, he said, "Lord, how can he have form? Or how can be Lord can be such a small? How can you bring him to such a small photo? Lord such a big." So Maharaj tried to explain, a discussion happened. So that time the Azan, for them prayer call came. He told Maharaj, "Sir, I'll go to my prayer, finish my prayer and come back." So he went to the prayer, finished his prayer, came back. Now Maharaj asked, "Dear sir, hope you have finished your prayers." He said, "Yes." "Hope Lord has heard your prayers." He said, "Yes." "Hope Lord could see you." He said, "Yes." Then Maharaj asked, "If Lord has to hear your prayers, that means Lord should have ears. Lord has to see you means Lord should have eyes. So Lord has to reciprocate, means Lord has to speak, the Lord has to mouth. Then how can you say that Lord doesn't have form?" Then that person was taken back. He said, "Yes, sir. You making sense. What you're saying is sense. All these days I was looking for this answer, but nobody could explain me. Thank you so much." And immediately went to the duty free, purchased a Rolex watch and gifted to the Maharaj. And I was told that even now that watch is kept in Bhuvaneshwar temple or somewhere. So the point is that if answer is given with a logical, people will accept. That's why Prabhupada's answers are very, very relevant. And Prabhupada books, Prabhupada explanations are very simple and logical and very, very convincing. He doesn't make a jugglery of words. He gives a sample, but somebody challenges, he'll give a challenging answer. Somebody is simple, he'll give simple answer. Quite a lot explanation, question answers, we can hear Prabhupada lecture. When somebody is challenging, Prabhupada will give them nicely, but it will make them to understand. Okay, so we'll read next paragraph.
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll read.
Yeah.
The original personality of Godhead, Adyaha Govinda, expands himself as the Mahavishnu incarnation and rests in the causal ocean which he himself creates. The Brahma Samhita 5.47 confirms this as follows. Karnarnava jale bhajanti sma yoga निद्राम् अनन्तजगत् अन्धसरोमकूपः आधारशक्तिम् अवलम्ब्य परं स्वमूर्तिं गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Lord Brahmaji says in his Brahma Samhita, I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who lies down in the causal ocean in his plenary portion as Mahavishnu, with all the universes generating from the pools of hair on his number of eternity. So, this Mahavishnu is the first incarnation in the creation, and from him all the universes are generated and all material manifestations are produced, one after another. The causal ocean is created by the Lord as the Mahatattva, as a cloud in the spiritual sky, and is only a part of his different manifestations. The spiritual sky is an expansion of his personal race, and he is the Mahatattva cloud also. He lies down and generates the universes by his breathing and again by entering into each universe as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. He creates Brahma, Shiva, and many other demigods for maintenance of the universe and again absorbs the whole thing into his person as confirmed in the
Right.
Bhagavad Gita.
Maybe we can just
Sarva Bhutani
one second,
Kaunte.
Mataji. We'll just discuss
Ah,
and last we'll discuss on this.
okay, Prabhuji. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Prabhupada quoting from Brahma Samhita. Brahma Samhita, Brahmaji himself is confirming this. The Brahma Samhita is written by or spoken by Lord Brahma. Of course, there are quite a big Brahma Samhita is there. Over a period, it's been lost. This Brahma Samhita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kind of recovered from Adikeshwar temple near Kanyakumari because it was not there. So Adikeshwar temple, I think 55 sloka something was recovered. Then he made a manuscript and now it's available. There are quite a lot. I think others been lost. So here Brahmaji himself saying that I worship that primeval Lord Govinda who lies down the causal ocean in planetary expansion as a Mahavishnu. So he is confirming that Mahavishnu is a planetary expansion of Krishna. And I worship that Mahavishnu. And he is the original personality, the whole universe generating from the pores of his hair and the transcendental body, and who accepts the mystic slumber of eternity. So he is lying down in that. And Mahavishnu is the first incarnation of creation. From him, the universe is generated. That explanation, I think we discussed many times. So, Prabhupada, 1 second. Prabhupada is saying this here. He lies down, generating the universes by his breathing, again entering into each universe, Garbhodaka Vishnu. So, when he breathes out, millions of universes, Brahmandas coming. When he breathes in, they all go back. So, the duration of one breath, we can calculate how many years Brahma's lifetime. That is how the breathing and breathe out happens. Now, Prabhupada quoting from Bhagavad Gita, just read the balance one.
Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita 9.7 Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshe Punastani Kalpadvo Visrajami Aham. O son of Kunti, when the kalpa or the duration of Brahma is ended, then all the created manifestations enter into my prakriti or energy. And again, when I desire, the same creation takes place by my personal energy. The conclusion is that these are all but displays of the Lord's inconceivable personal energies, of which no one can have full information. This point we have already discussed.
Hare Krishna. So, Bhagavad Gita 9.7 Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpa Kshaye Punasthani Kalpado Rijami Aham. He says that every kalpa and at the end of Brahma's lifetime, whole universe goes back. Kalpa is like one yuga cycle, 1,000 times, like Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, like this 1,000 times is one Mahayuga. Like this, we have a 365 days and 100 years for Brahma. So Brahma's lifetime, everything goes back, all the universes goes back. Otherwise, the kind of creation and annihilation keep happening. So finally, Prabhupada saying, conclusion is that these are all but display of Lord's inconceivable personal energies, of which no one can have any full information. Swayam Brahmaji is, when he came from the Garbhodaka Vishnu's the lotus stem, he had nothing to see, everything is dark. So he was wondering what to do. Then he has been told tapa, meditate. Thousands years of meditation. Finally, he realized that I cannot understand Krishna. My intelligence so limit. Brahmaji is saying, my intelligence is so limit, so small. So how can he understand? So with that, Brahma cannot understand. Lord Shiva says, I cannot understand. Then who are we, such a small, tiny brain, to understand Krishna? So Prabhupada has given us the knowledge. That's enough. With that knowledge, we can simply chant the holy name, make our life successful. Maybe since I mentioned about Prabhupada's pastime, like Prabhupada always give simple, straightforward, but when your other person is cunning, he'll give such a nasty answer also. Just one or two pastimes. Once Prabhupada was in London. So those days, the Britishers, they were envious of India. Especially Indian Swami has come to London means they were thinking that you'd have come for begging, asking for money. So the reporter asked, Swamiji, why you have come to London? Prabhupada said, you Britishers looted all India, taken everything, but you forgot to take this. I came here to give you that. You showed Bhagavad Gita and said that I came here to give you this. I not come here to take anything. You looted India. So, he gave such a nasty answer. Then some other reporter asked, maybe that day or some other day, you keep talking about hell. Have you seen the hell? Prabhupada said, yes. Your London is a hell. In sitting in London, he says, because description of London is that there is no light and there is always all the sinful activities happening. So he said, in your London, always meat eating, liquor, intoxications, and all criminal activities happening, and there's no light because in London, sunlight is very less. So London is hell. So like that, another time, maybe one lady press reporter asked, she wanted a little cunning. She asked, Swamiji, why you shave your head? Prabhupada said, it's always better to have a cool head than a hot leg, because she was wearing a half sleeve with a shaven leg. So he said, better to have cool head and a hot leg. So she understood. So Prabhupada, why I'm saying that when you are wanted answer, he'll give a very nice answer, but when you are challenging, he'll give a challenging answer also. So with this, I'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Devotees want to share anything, please go ahead. Who want to start? Yeah. Other side, I think. Yeah. Vasuki Mataji, want to start? Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Pranams.
Pranams.
Yes, you have told how Virat Rupa, from Virat Rupa everything has come. And then I wonder, like, being so powerful, he has come to earth as Lord Sri Krishna for to show mercy on common people like us. And also leaving all the, he has everything. He need not come to the earth. But just because he has so much love towards people, he has come on earth. and he set an example like how to, be in dharma, in righteous path. And one doubt which I had while you are telling is like he has created Brahma and Shiva, Brahma for passion to create, and Shiva ignorance to, annihilate the whole thing.
Mm, mm.
Then all these even people has, but we say only sattvic guna as good, but whereas passion and ignorance is not so. So, but he himself has created, to get the work done. But then people have different, some have passion more, some have ignorance more. Then how to differentiate like which is good and which is bad, Prabhuji?
Okay. So when you say Brahmaji in passion, doesn't mean that Brahmaji always in passion. He uses a passion for the creation. So just to understand, suppose, for example, you have to celebrate Janmashtami, for example. It's a festival. So you have to have that vigor. We cannot be sitting one corner and, yeah, we want to celebrate. No, you have to arrange everything. You have to get the people. You have to make sweets or prasadam, call people. You have to run around. So that requires a passion. Means we need to be, vigorous in that to get the things. But what Brahmaji doing, that passion for the pleasure of Krishna. He doesn't do anything for himself.
Okay.
Similarly, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is not in ignorance, but is supporting the people who are ignorant. Bhuta Pishachas, they
Hmm.
are in ignorant. He is with them to helping them to elevate them. He is
Okay.
not in ignorance. Lord Shiva is not in ignorance. He is helping the people who are in ignorance. So, that's the difference. So, to make, otherwise, who will support, Bhuta Pishach, who doesn't have a body, who is always suffering. So for
Yes.
them, Lord Shiva goes and helps them. So that
Okay.
way, he uses them for also Krishna service.
Okay. Thank
Right.
you so much, Prabhuji. That
Yeah.
clears my doubt. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Who
Yes.
else? Shruti Mata, you want to add anything?
Nothing, Prabhuji. Thanks. Hare Krishna.
Next, Reena Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So it's a good understanding about how Lord Sri Krishna expands as Mahavishnu, and when he breathes, there is countless universe that has been created, and each universe has Garbha Dakshaya Vishnu.
Garbhodakashai.
Garbha Dakshaya Vishnu. So he creates Brahma, empowers Shiva and other devas, and maintains the universe, life. The Mahavishnu enters into the universe, and at the end of the cycle, the Mahayuga, everything goes back into the Lord. So, and then again the creation starts. I think it's a good cycle that you have explained in terms of how things start and also gets back to the cycle where it all gets merged with him, and that's how the Supreme Lord expands as Mahavishnu and also creates countless universe, and he is the one who maintains, sustains, and finally withdraws also by his divine power and unlimited power that he has got. So it's good to know the cycle that has been created by Lord Mahavishnu. Uh, Thank you very much, Guruji, for the class. Om
Kanchana
Namah.
Mataji. Kanchana Mataji, you want to say anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Today's class is very interesting. Lord Sri Krishna as Mahavishnu create the cosmos from his plenary portion, remaining unborn. All the material substance and manifestation emerge from Krishna. He maintains and ultimately absorbs them back unto himself. The creation is simultaneously not different from Lord, yet distinct, as explained in the Bhagavad Gita 9.4. It describes how the entirety of creation exists within the Lord's impersonal form, Avyakta Murti, which is beyond human understanding. Although all creation is essentially connected to the Lord, he remains separate from manifest world. Impersonalists reject Lord's originality, while Vaishnavas recognize his personal form as the ultimate reality. They view that impersonal aspect as secondary. Then Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam highlight the need for spiritual authority and devotional service for understanding this absolute truth. Impersonalists use inductive reasoning, which obscures Krishna's true form due to their limited perspective. Supreme Krishna is Govinda. Brahmaji worships Govinda and identifies Mahavishnu resting in Kasil ocean, creating unlimited universes through his breath. Brahma Samhita states Lord embodies primeval form where all worlds emerge. Kasil ocean is a fraction of this manifested. Spiritual sky is extension of his rays. Mahavishnu generates the universe through his breath, enters as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, where he creates and maintains and absorbs. All these creations reflect Lord's inconceivable energies, which are beyond understanding. Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the class.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Lakshmi Mataji, anything you want to add?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Mariappan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranams. Lot of the interesting part is you are go on showering lot of related information and knowledge. We must be very attentive to grasp and record, and especially Archa Vigraha Murti, Abhyakta Murti is an important word here. We can Lord is personal as well as impersonal, and with my materialistic knowledge, I cannot understand the exact this thing of Lord. Krishna performs avatars in multifarious expansions, personal as well as impersonal, animal as well as half man, half animal, and Prithu Maharaj, Prakash Nanda Saraswati says, I understand Vedic.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says.
Sorry, yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I can understand Vedic literature, but I am not able to understand your explanations to Prakash Nanda Saraswati. And the poor fund of knowledge, unable to understand. Then you have highlighted about the advantages and disadvantages of Virat Rupa and Archa Vigraha, different to perform devotional pujas, and Maharaja chanting in the airport with compact Archa Vigraha and related this thing justification. If our procedure is logical, in general, human beings understand and accept. Brahma Samhita is spoken by Brahma. Adikeshwar temple, you said something I am yet to recollect.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recovered from the manuscript because Brahma Samhita manuscript was lost. So
Okay.
some part of the manuscript was available in the Adikeshwar temple near Kanyakumari. When Mahaprabhu went, he recovered one copy and then he arranged to make a copy and then distributed. So what we have today is that.
Oh, that's all. It's all real new information. And Mahavishnu is plenary expansion of Krishna, first incarnation of creation, one kalpa, one yuga cycle, Brahma's lifetime, and Brahmaji after creation, thousands of years tapa also, hardly he understands. And lot of wonderful information, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. I have to go through the text again in detail.
Okay.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Thank you very much for the
Right.
wonderful
Usha
class.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, everyone covered. Thank you for the class.
Okay, so we'll stop here. Vancha kalpatarabhyasya kripa sindhavyacha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namah ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. See you tomorrow. Please try to call others also, those who are not coming. Let's continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.